Okay, so we set this up starting with a mismatch of 1.5 to 1. We manipulated a load for a poor mismatch. You can see the return loss on the screen at 14 dB, and the frequency in question that you folks are working to is 2.879, I'm told, and the marker is set for 2.879. We're sweeping wider band, 2.6 to 3.1, just so we can see what happens. So to begin, there's several ways to skin a cat, but probably the most useful is to retract plunger 1, the one closest to the transmitter. And you can see that it doesn't particularly help marker 1, where you're trying to improve your mismatch. But we'll retract it a bit, half an inch, quarter of an inch, and then we'll retract plunger number 2 closer to the antenna, and it seems to be degrading the signal as well. Return loss is getting worse. But if we keep going, and I'm at half an inch, I'm at an inch, it's almost a dead short at this point. We're almost up to 0 dB return loss. Now I'm approaching 2 inches, and it's starting to improve. We're up to 10 dB. I'm continuing to retract. 15, 16, 18, and it's bottoming out, maximum improvement at about 2.5 to 3 inches. Further retraction seems to make it worse, so we'll put it back at the optimum, which is about 18 dB. Then we'll come back to the first plunger again and retract it some more. Now it seems to be making things worse, and it will for a while. We're at a half inch, we're at an inch, we're at inch and a half, 2 inches, and now it's starting to come down. We're at about 3 inches retraction, and we're getting a net improvement as we continue to retract. We're up to 25 dB at the marker, continue to retract, and it's leveled off at about 3 inches. We'll go back to the second one now and continue optimization. I'm retracting, and it made it worse, so I'm gonna put it back in a little bit. Optimize it for 27 dB, and now we're going to dance back and forth between the two. And it may be retraction, and it may be insertion. It's just a matter of picking what works and taking small gains. So I'm going to insert just a little bit, and it's improving. I've only inserted maybe 30 thousandths, 40 thousandths, maybe 100 thousandths, but the number continues to improve. That's 28, and it seems to stop at about 28. Back to plunger number 2 and adjust it. In this case, I'm retracting a bit, and it's improving. I'm up to 30, 31, 32, and it's about optimized again. Back to number 1, and this one's a little bit of insertion. The numbers are dropping down to 34. Back to number 2, 38. You can see we're centering the notch on the frequency. Back to number 1. Slight retraction, slight insertion, it's rocking around. Back to number 2. Insertion is a little worse, retraction is a little better. Now we're dropping numbers down to 40 dB. Back to number 1. Very small adjustments, 30 thousandths, 50 thousandths. Watching the screen for optimization. We're up to 42, 43. .48, 47, 48, 49 dB, and we're about done. That's it.